morning for Pay Hotel members. It's another version of Better Call Art. Today I am here with my good friend, Earl Everson.
All right, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Earl. Thanks for spending some time with me today.
Thanks for having me, man. It's always a pleasure to talk with you.
Yeah, same here, my friend. Hey, it's probably been a couple of months since we spoke, but I wanted to catch up with you, see how things are going in your neck of the woods, with especially when it comes to supply chain.
Yeah, no, great question. Everybody's talking about it, right?
Yeah.
Anytime I turn on LinkedIn, I hear there's so many people, creating noise, talking about the supply chain, the world's coming to an end. Yes, listen, number one, the fact is there's a supply chain issue. No question about it. Every manufacturer, I think, is struggling with the same thing, right? But as you know, we're solution providers. So not only do we have to provide a solution for companies and customers of ours, but we also have to find solutions for our own company itself, right? How do we get through this period of time? It's not a doom and gloom. There's no Debbie Downer here. It's like, let's deal with the facts, let's get over it, and let's figure this out, right? Yep. And it's been challenging. However, what I see is the manufacturers are focused on getting those A3 units out, right? So for us, what we've seen from like Xerox, we're 30, 60, 90 days out in hardware. And some of the toner supplies, we've been okay with the toner supplies. However, consumables like waste toner bottles, been delayed. And then when you get into like board issues, electronic boards, whatever, right, there's been definitely a hang up with that. So there's been some issues, but listen, as you know, we just have to figure it out, overcome them, and still give customers what they need.
Right. How about A4s? How's that been going?
A4, from everything that I've seen, A4s are kind of gone right now. We've been waiting for A4s for 6, 8 months, whatever. I think the manufacturers are trying to get, A3s, those are the money makers. That's the majority of the sales. And they're trying to cater to the dealers. Like, here's the A3s, let's fill those orders. And as A4s come in, we'll figure it out. But right now we've been struggling with A4. There's no question about it. Yeah. And go ahead.
No, we've got the same thing going on with A4 as we get our sprinkling in of our A3 devices, however long it takes, whether it's 1 month, 3 months. I've heard of some dealers waiting up to 5 months for A3s. But when you talk about A4s, I don't even, somebody tells me they do letter and legal and they're looking for a machine. Traditionally I'd fall back to my A4s. Now it's just it's either A3 new or, hey, A3 pre-owned, right?
100%. Absolutely. And customers are okay with those pre-owned because, face it, those pre-owned units are going to be priced around what a new A4, standalone unit is going to be. Pretty close. Yep. So they're okay. And it gives them the flexibility for 11 by 17. Are they going to print 11 by 17? Probably not, but it's okay.
Yeah. And they understand what's going on in today's world. If you asked 8 months ago, they'd be like, well, what's going on? Why can't you get something? Right? But nowadays they all understand. Hey, I want to bring you back to something. So years ago, I go back further in the industry than you do, but we would have a client that would ask us, right? We're doing our demo or we're doing our pitch, right? And they'd say, okay, Art, when can I get my equipment, right? Or when can you deliver the equipment? And of course, right away, you knew that was a buying signal, right? And today, what we tell the client is, well, before COVID, we would say you could get that in 5 to 10 days. Now we're going to say, well, depending upon the machine, it can be, it could be a month, it could be 2 months, it could be 3 to 5 months, whatever what it might be. But when going back 20 years ago, when the client asked, hey, when can I get equipment? The answer was always when do you want it? Because there was never an issue with getting a client a copy machine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, 100%. Think about this, Art. Have you seen the response from the customers now that they understand there is a supply chain issue, not just in the copier industry, but in every industry in the world, right? Every time I tell the customer, yes, let's go ahead and put your order in the system, get you going, right? So you're not waiting forever.
Right.
They always have a story to tell. You know what? Yesterday or last week, we went down and bought a refrigerator and they said, we're going to have to wait 6 months for that. People can relate to there is a delay. But I tell you, one thing I've seen, because customers understand that now, it's almost like they're more excited to get the machine because now they have to wait, right? They're like, oh, when's that machine coming in? When's that machine coming in? Because it's not just readily available like it used to be.
Right.
And it kind of builds that excitement up for the customers.
Yeah, it was no big deal. It was no big deal. Oh, we're getting a new copy machine. It was no big deal. But all of a sudden now, hey, we've been waiting 3 months and hey, we heard our machine come in. That's great. You know, that's great. I actually had that on an email from a client a couple of weeks ago saying we're getting closer to delivery. And you know, it's hard to tell excitement in an email, I guess.
Yeah.
But after reading emails for X amount of years, you can tell there's a little bit of excitement there. And I agree. I agree with you.
Yeah. Especially when it comes back when that email is all caps. I can't wait to get our new machine in all caps, right?
Right.
So it's like they're excited. But yeah, you know what? Couple challenges here, few hurdles. But when you're in business, when you're selling, there's always a hurdle. There's always an issue, right? You just have to overcome it. No big deal.
Right.
We're still here. We had record years, Art. We've had record years, so it's all good.
Yeah. And you know what kills me? You know, and you and I spend, you know, we spend a lot of time on LinkedIn. We spend it on LinkedIn for various reasons, you know, whether it's to promote our brands or to connect with other like-minded individuals. You know, I always get upset when there's kind of like an outsider looking in that's making statements about certain things that should or shouldn't be done in the industry. And it, you know, I try to ignore it. And for the most part, I do ignore it. You know what I'm speaking about, but I'm just, I love our industry. I've got 42 years of doing this. I'm always going to figure out a way to win.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just wanted to bring that out and just, you know, mention that to you.
No, I get it. I mean, there's a handful of outsiders that used to live in the space that we lived in, right?
Yeah.
And because they weren't successful, in my eyes, right? Maybe they were, maybe they weren't, but they're just noisemakers. They want to create havoc within a sales organization, get people questioning. Listen, the only people that turn them on are the people that are losing in sales, that are losing it within the copier industry because they gravitate to negative energy. Those people are just, they have negative energy.
Yep.
They're doom and gloom. And why people listen to them is because those people that listen to them are like-minded people. They want to hear the doom and gloom. To me, they have no relevance within this industry. I know my customers aren't watching them. If they were to listen to them, they would say it's a joke, right? It's not true. And listen, they're not even worth discussing.
Yeah. Hey, so I'm sorry for getting into that. I didn't want to make the talk track about that. It changed my mind.
I get it.
It just came out there. But let's end on a good note. Are you going to be PA in Chicago?
Yeah, I'll be here. Are you coming to it?
I'm trying.
You got to be. I know you just came back from your PC trip and you're all tan.
Yeah.
You know. But you need to come down to Chicago so we can spend some time together, go out to dinner and talk business, talk shop.
Yeah, you know what? Probably after just after I end this call, I think I'm going to get on the United app and see what the cost of the flight is.
Yeah.
So, what is it? What's the flight time from New York to Chicago? Couple hours?
Maybe 2
90
hours.
minutes?
Yeah, maybe 2 hours. Not bad at all.
Have you ever flown to New York?
Oh yeah, many
Oh, okay.
times. Yeah, LaGuardia. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Hey. All right, Earl. I want to thank you very, very much. I always enjoy talking to the mighty Earl, and hopefully we'll be able to hook up in Chicago shortly.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Art. Thanks for having me.
All right. Have a good weekend, buddy.
You too, man.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Bye.